Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of The Real Right Stuff. Let's do it. The Real Right Stuff is a documentary from director Tom Jennings and National Geographic. Follow the story of the first American astronauts in space in this National Geographic documentary. Now, my dad was a professor of astronomy. As a kid, we'd always take the telescope out to the backyard and look at the stars. So I've always had a bit of a bug for NASA stuff, the space race, and movies like The Right Stuff, Apollo 13, and First Man. And not so much Lucy in the Sky. And I love Nat Geo documentaries. They're often filmed with IMAX cameras, and the images are big and beautiful and crisp. And that was the first issue I had with this documentary. This is gonna make me sound like a moron, and that's fine. But I started this doc and I thought, wow, this footage does not look very good. I guess I had a bit of a brain disconnect there for a second. Apparently National Geographic, even with all that Disney money behind them, don't have the ability to take their IMAX cameras and travel back in time to the late 1950s. Sometimes I'm dumb. The majority of this film is culled from archival footage, television stuff, news broadcasts, etc., radio and audio interviews, and photos. And I love what they did with the photos. They're beautifully retouched, getting rid of the grain and the age, often looking like they were taken today. And we frequently see the original photo in its grainy roughness, and then it sort of transitions to the retouch. Loved it. The actual footage is different. Some of it really looks like it's been remastered. Some of it looks really good. Some of it doesn't. I'm not sure why they didn't do it for all of it. Or maybe some of the old stuff just still looks good. I don't know. Now, this movie, which is narrated by Dennis Quaid, who played Gordon Cooper in the 1983 film The Right Stuff, is based, much like that movie was, on Tom Wolfe's book of the same name. And it follows the story of the Mercury 7, the original 7 men recruited by NASA as its first astronauts. These men were Scott Carpenter, Gordon Cooper, John Glenn, Virgil Gus Grissom, Wally Schirra, Deke Slayton, and Alan Shepard. Now, I've always been a fan of John Glenn, mainly because Ed Harris is my favorite actor and he played John Glenn in The Right Stuff. But this documentary taught me a lot more about the guy. He seemed to be a really upstanding man. There's a sequence where he gives his wife priority over the NASA brass, which I think was kind of unheard of at the time. He also kind of became the media face of the Mercury 7, as he was very genuine, he was very funny, he was very media savvy. And I've always known that these early astronauts were really popular. I didn't realize they were essentially rock stars. We learned from this film that they even had groupies, which at the time they called cookies. Some of these astronauts were having extramarital affairs because of it. They were heroes, but not necessarily perfect. And I like that this documentary showed us that side. And in my romantic brain, I've always imagined that these guys were like the best of friends. Kind of the way that you imagine your favorite band like just hang out all the time. But apparently there was quite a bit of conflict there, particularly between Glenn and Alan Shepard. And I learned some other things that I didn't know. On Glenn's first flight, there was a problem with the heat shield, which could have caused him to die in a fiery death upon re-entry, and NASA made the decision not to tell him. Because what could they do? In Carpenter's flight, when he was re-entering Earth's atmosphere, when due to the heat of re-entry, radio contact is impossible, he was out of contact for much longer than they had imagined would happen. It was very tense, which is very reminiscent of what happened in Apollo 13. I will admit that even for a space buff like myself, the movie gets a little bit meandering and dry at times, but overall, I really enjoyed it. It really humanizes these men who at the time were almost gods. It gives us a deep look into the political landscape that drove the initiative. And like any good doc, it's just informative and fascinating. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give The Real Right Stuff. And I think I'm gonna give The Real Right Stuff a...
Hello, Houston. This is Odyssey. It's good to see you again.
Out of 10. So now I want to know, are you looking forward to The Real Right Stuff? What's your favorite space movie of all time? Be it a documentary, narrative film, whatever. Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.